AEW talent accused WWE of copying creative, plus big surprises and returns are planned for the post-WrestleMania Raw, and we had a big change to an NXT title match for NXT Stand And Deliver last night. We enjoyed the Kevin Owens thing on Raw, didn't we?
Yeah, because you know, we're not hollow.
We're not monsters. Yeah, Stone Cold Kevin Owens, the double fake out.
Yeah.
It was masterful.
Yeah, when the guy in the crowd on the second time, when he just looked away in anger, that was it. It achieved everything it needed to do. It was perfect. It's how you should feel.
There was generally a lot of love for it. One not feeling the love was Taz from AEW, who made a point online to say, well, they're doing this only like a few weeks after we did the same thing at Revolution. Now he's referring to on the buy-in for Revolution when they played Kenny Omega's music and Don Callis came out. I don't know if that's the same thing.
Go on, he continues to completely contradict himself.
He does indeed. So, several fans take umbrage with this, one pointing out that parodies like this have been done across the history of wrestling. Taz gets really cross on Twitter, saying the F word a few times, saying, I know we didn't invent it, but we just did it a few weeks ago. He goes on to say, Chris Candido came out dressed like me to my music. That was probably the mid-90s. Obviously, it's nothing new, but it was just done so recently. I would expect more from a company with 76,000 writers. Finally, Taz just has enough because one fan says, oh, is Vince living in your head rent-free again? Taz goes, oh, please, get the F out of here, dude. Just trying to have some fun with the fans on here. Here's a history lesson. I quit their company. My choice. Do the math. Very ridiculous statement by you. Have a nice day. Oh, Taz was...
well, he was right at
Taz didn't have his Weetabix yesterday,
the very last thing he said was right. Ridiculous statement.
Have a nice day.
In a way, there is one element of it that I agree with, which is that a company with 76,000 writers, as he says, shouldn't have to rely so heavily on tired old wrestling tropes. But tired old wrestling tropes kind of make the wrestling world go round. We like them.
Yeah, exactly.
We like them. That's why you see so much of them, right? I mean, sometimes it's overkill. But every now and then, there's one where it's like, yeah, and everybody's talking about it. And every company does it. Every company has done it. It's just part of the nature of the beast of the industry.
And do you know what? Taz has made a rod for his own Jane and Freddie here, because he's compared what the Kevin Owens double fake out to the Kenny Omega fake out from Revolution. I think Raw was better.
Yeah, different beasts, right? Because
I think it was better. I'm going to say WWE's version was better than AEW's version.
Owens kind of drew it out and kept it going longer and longer. Yeah. And I think, it's kind of a different thing in that respect because of that. He went down to the ring and it was this, I don't know, it's just ridiculous. Utterly, utterly ridiculous.
It is quite ridiculous, but it was a thing and it happened. And I think that Taz has got a little bit out of control there. I do believe. Looking ahead to after WrestleMania, big surprises and returns. That is coming from Cage Side Seats, who say there is talk that the Raw after WrestleMania will be booked like it has in years past, with big surprises and returns on the show. Who are those surprises? We don't know yet. They spoiled the one.
It's imagine we pulled out a list.
Names. We know that's the night that Veer is coming.
It could very well be.
No, he is. He said he will come on April the 4th.
Will he though?
Of course he'll come. He
hasn't come so far.
He's been waiting to come for ages. It's a funny joke. To get it, because I'm all for this. Cultaholic socks available now.
I'm all for this because I always see WrestleMania as both the end and start of the wrestling year for WWE. So Raw after Mania used to be full of debuts, it used to be full of surprises, it used to be full of big moments because you still had the Mania crowd there, captive, smaller, yes, but captive, still in the Mania mood. And it's always a really excitable show. It's a good show to debut people. It's a good show. I mean, I was there when Enzo and Cass debuted. I was there when Apollo debuted, I think. Like, it was just, no matter who you were, you got a huge response. And it was was just a nice atmosphere to enjoy Raw in. So I'd be well up for it going back to that way.
You mentioned the Enzo and Cass call-up from the Raw After Mania. Is this the Raw After Mania where we see Tommaso Ciampa get called up? I think it is, you know.
Yeah, I think it very well could be.
And I'm ready to see what... I've got a good feeling in me waters. And I don't know whether... I know I've been burned.
Yeah.
30 years of hurt never stopped me dreaming. I genuinely think that there's this... They're going to clip this and they're going to share it with me in a year's time, aren't they? I just want to be hopeful. It's all I want. More details about the plans for WrestleMania. A 2-hour kickoff show on the USA Network.
It's 2-hour kickoff show. Oh my bloody God. But... USA Network, it makes absolute sense, doesn't it? Because you're going to bring in casual viewers, you're going to bring in viewers that might not be aware that it's happening that day, who are just flicking through the channels, and boom, it's WrestleMania. How do I watch it? Is it on USA Network? No, it's not. You got to get Peacock or the WWE Network. Buy it. I hope
they have like a Todd Pettingill, or even just Todd Pettingill, because one of the highlights of those countdown shows that they would used to put on would be Todd screaming to the camera, "You're watching this going, how do I get a piece of In Your House 3? You gotta call your cable operator now. You gotta download it."
I just want the old Mania theme back. That's it.
The Linda McMahon theme.
The
Jen's theme.
Beep, that one.
That's the best theme, best WrestleMania theme. That and Big Time by Peter Gabriel. I tell you who might play it if you ask him nicely.
Who?
WrestleMania's resident DJ Valentino Khan. Look at that. Another Khan in wrestling.
Will Mr. Worldwide be there?
Oh.
To go along with the DJ?
I'd hope so.
There's got to be some guests to go with the DJ. I don't know, but is this DJ Valentino Khan? Hasn't he already been involved with other WWE events in the past? I think
very possibly. I know his footprint is quite large in music, because he's worked with like Bruno Mars, 2 Chainz, Diplo, Dizzy Rascal, Major Lazer, Skrillex, Diplo. So he's done loads of stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, he's doing a bit of a DJ set at the start, a bit like when you go to a gig and they have like the DJ sets at the start of a gig. I was asked many years ago to be the DJ at the start of, I think it might have even been an Ollie Murs gig.
Right.
And I went, no, I'm not a DJ. Because I was on the radio at the time. And they went, yes, you are. I said, no, I'm not.
I'm not a DJ.
Can't do all that. But thanks for the offer, though. So he's doing that, but without less Ollie Murs and more WrestleMania. Looking to WrestleMania weekend, we have a Saturday matinee of an NXT show. How are you feeling about Stand and Deliver being a Saturday matinee?
It's kind of irked me, I'm not going to lie. It feels a bit like NXT's been just shoved down. Like, in terms of importance, it doesn't get its own night now. I understand why they got to do it. I also kind of worry a lot about traffic and people getting from the matinee to Mania.
Such a British thing to go.
No, but it took us ages to get to AT&T. Like, we were stuck in traffic for like an hour and a half when we were last on the way there, and that was when it was just Mania on the day.
Oh, jeebus.
So,
okay, man, it's a very, very real problem then. Make plans accordingly. Will it be like football matches when the team's losing? So like halfway through the main event, people will just start going, we'll get a head start.
Maybe, but at the same time, I guess, it's going to be what, like 25,000 people out of a potential, what was it, 101K they counted as their number last time they're in AT&T. So it might not be that noticeable if people aren't there.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a vast, cavernous stadium.
The women's match is no longer as empty as it was before. There was 2 before, now there's 4. So Shirai and Kaylee Ray won the Dusty Cup last night. And Toxic Attraction came out, and I kind of thought, okay, so we're going to get Toxic Attraction versus Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai. No, you can shut up.
Okay.
It's not what's happening, because now the women's championship match at Stand and Deliver is a 4-way. It's going to be Mandy Rose versus Cora Jade versus Io Shirai versus Kaylee Ray. Just an interesting way of doing it. I don't know why. I don't know if there's a reason why.
Juicy. It's juicy.
It's juicy,
like, there's a lot that can come from that, right?
I suppose. Yeah. I mean, my initial thought was, who's injured?
No, I don't know. This feels like it could be chaotic as all hell, so I'm all for it.
Do you want to run down the Stand and Deliver card?
Oh, yes, I will. Do you want to do it match by match, or do you want me to do it?
You start, and I'll do the
We've got LA Knight versus Gunther.
They set that up last night. They're in a little chinwag. We have the ladder match for the NXT North American Championship. Carmelo Hayes defending against Santos Escobar. And confirmed last night, Grayson Waller and Solo Sikoa. One more name to apparently be announced, which is Tupa. Unless that is, I mean, if you've not been paying attention to NXT, it could just be a wrestler called TBA. Could just be that.
We've got Tommaso Ciampa versus Tony D'Angelo, which should be a barn burner.
D'Angelo wants to be the Don of NXT.
Yeah.
So he's going to try and beat Ciampa to do it. Triangle tag match, Imperium versus the Creed Brothers versus MSK for the tag titles.
We've got Mandy Rose versus Cora Jade versus Kaylee Ray versus Io Shirai for the NXT Women's Championship, as we've just ran down.
And the main event, Dolph Ziggler defending his NXT title against Braun Breaker.
I don't know who I want to win. Go on, Dolph. Go on, Braun. Oh, meaty slapping meat
It's going to be the
boys.
Breaky Boy, isn't it?
Oh, it's got to be
the Breaky Boy.
big old moment.
Yeah, big old moment, Breaky Boy for Breaky Breaker. Should be a fun show, though.
Yeah.
Go on, Stand and Deliver Saturday matinee. Have a great time. Come back on ELO and carry on playing. More news throughout the day at Cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.